India Microfinance Summit 2023. Our theme for this year is Next Gen Microfinance, the role of digital technology in the evolving roadmap of microfinance. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Reema Mukherjee and I am your host for the day. Please stand up for the national anthem, ladies and gentlemen.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Now we will see the AMFI story here. Now I am inaugurating this story.
Microfinance has significance in India for providing financing to citizens at the bottom of the economic pyramid.
পশ্চিমবঙ্গে 1995 সাল থেকে মাইক্রোফিন্যান্সের কাজ শুরু হয়। আস্তে আস্তে প্রথমে মাইক্রোফিন্যান্সের যে ঋণ দেওয়ার ব্যাপারটা ছিল, সেই ঋণের ক্ষেত্রে প্রথম সাহায্য করে রাষ্ট্রীয় মহিলা কোষ। এই পরিষেবা কোণে কোণে পৌঁছাতে গেলে বহু অর্গানাইজেশনের প্রয়োজন। সেই উদ্দেশ্য নিয়ে মাত্র 10টি অর্গানাইজেশনকে নিয়ে AMFI প্রতিষ্ঠিত হয়।
AMFI can take initiative among the members to tap the untapped borrower, untapped family, so they can get financial service and they can improve themselves as a sustainable improvement.
The role of AMFI will come in terms of providing training to the players, providing training to the individuals within the sector, providing training to the ultimate base of the pyramid.
It was formed to deliver better services to the poor, thereby helping this population improve their standards of living.
Good morning, Suprabhat, who all are knowing about the AMFI, its formation and its activities. This seminar is the 7th seminar. We will enjoy all the sessions. I think it is time has come again that without savings, microfinance organization cannot sustain, they cannot be self-supported. So in India, there is no provision, but in Bangladesh, there is provision of savings. Government also think about the micro bank for the rest of the microfinance organization so that they can take savings from the borrowers.
Good morning to all of you. How I can start on that? 2 months before, I went to visit the Darjeeling. When I walking on the road, I saw that there is a small restaurant and running by a woman. And very interesting, I like to know is it the borrower of microcredit or not. When I entered and talked with her, per month income 5 lakhs rupees. This is the impact of microcredit. And we reached those people who are not reached in there. This is called that microfinance that change the life of the people. So that income is increasing in the bottom level it have been helped not only this the people, also helped to per capita income of the country. The industry is now around 3 lakh crores. The book, if I say that portfolio, is a big amount. One information given that the AMFI, the per year, the microcredit 60 lakhs borrower added. My point is that we need scale, and India has a country where we can be like to reach.
Shuprabhat. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to be part of the 7th Eastern India Microfinance Summit 2023, being organized under the aegis of AMFI West Bengal. Financial inclusion is not about the number of accounts opened, but about whether these are able to improve and advance the lives of the poor people. In my opinion, MFIs play a crucial role in reaching out to the unserved and the underserved populace and significantly aid in financial inclusion. There are numerous challenges in traditional microfinance models that will impede the process of digitization, particularly weaknesses in the business model, weak governance, difficulty in attracting technical expertise, inadequate resources, rigid business models, and reliance on manual processes. Therefore, digital transformation would involve more than just investing in technology and will be a huge exercise in change management, warranting strong commitment from the board to the level of field officers. Further, ability to stay focused on the long-term goal is crucial. Focus and adaptive approach that enables adjustment and improvement is a necessity in achieving real digital transformation. We are undertaking a formalization project along with the Ministry of MSME, as perhaps you all would be aware that Udyam registration is mandatory for the MSMEs to avail of any benefits under any of the schemes, either from the state government or the central government. So much so that even for priority sector lending classification, the Udyam registration number has been made mandatory. So if a bank lends to a micro, small or medium enterprise, if that enterprise does not have an Udyam registration number, then the bank will not be able to classify that loan as priority sector lending. Okay? And this is one of the reasons why many of the even large banks are falling short of their targets. And there is a huge shortfall in meeting the targets because of that. One of the main challenges in getting the Udyam registration number is the PAN card, which is mandatory for the formal Udyam registration. There are estimated 6.5 crore MSMEs in the country, out of which I believe less than a crore have actually got registration on the Udyam registration portal. So what SIDBI has proposed to the Ministry of MSME is that we will have an Udyam Assist platform, where we will create a separate platform for generating the Udyam registration number, and we will do this in assistance with the assistance of the partners in the banking sector, the banks, the NBFCs, and particularly the MFIs who actually have these micro enterprises as their customers. So through an assist mode, the lenders who already have data on the micro entrepreneurs will be able to then upload that data onto the platform and then certify that whether the entity is a micro, small or medium enterprise.
The We Lead program is aiming to promote 1,000 women entrepreneurs from amongst the SHG and JLG members through enterprise and skill development, training and business development services in West Bengal.
Yeah, good morning all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, DMD sir and all. We are pleased to announce the We Lead program. We have sanctioned and we are planning to implement in the West Bengal in association with the AMFI West Bengal. The We Lead is a women entrepreneurship program that's for the livelihood and enhancement of that and development. It's for the unserved and underserved regions, which are always the SIDBI's priority. We believe in testing and validating new ideas and innovation with the credible partners. So this program, in fact, we started in the Odisha with OSAFI, that's the Microfinance Association in the Odisha, and we tested it there, and now we are implementing in partnership with the AMFI. We aim at the innovating for wider impact and to benefit the bottom of the pyramid in both setting up and stepping up. So this is basically the SIDBI and AMFI partnership. SIDBI is partnering with the AMFI West Bengal for supporting entrepreneurship, the women entrepreneurship. As I told you, the facilitating it need based and market-oriented skill development trainings, and it's timely. The main focus will be the timely and accessible credit facilities for the women entrepreneurship. So under SRF only, we are implementing this program with the help of the FCDO. So I am thankful to the FCDO, AMFI, and all the AMFI members, and all the best for this program and Microfinance Congress. Thanks you.
A very good morning to all of you. At MFIN, when we tried to analyze the data which is there in our publication we released in November, Micro Matters, Macro View, we said that the microfinance market itself currently is around 10 lakh crores. We are serving 3 lakh crores, around 30%. And by 25, it is supposed to grow to around 25 lakh crores. Now, you may say that's your assumption, that's this, others may not agree. But if you see the other government sources or other credible sources also, the figures comes around to that point of view. I would take you back to 2018, NABARD's Financial Inclusion Survey. It says that only 22.7%, which is almost near 30%, a little less than 30%, households in India, rural households, had MFI loans. So that means 80% did not have. Second part of it comes from more recent study, government study, All India Debt and Investment Survey 2019. It says only 17% rural households had incidence of indebtedness from formal sector agencies. So I would say roughly put together all these different figures, different sample sizes, different methodology, that the market which we have reached is around only 30%. Still 70% market is there, huge market is there. So I think we at MFIN, we are trying to build a program, we'll take all of your support, that how do we start focusing back on the basics also. Yes, we will adopt the new things, we'll adopt the digital technologies, but we have to focus on that. So with these four things, I think the future is bright. We should stick to all these core principles and try to solve the inclusion puzzle of India and help the government in building an inclusive India. Thank you all, and thank you, MFIN.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning to all of you. In fact, we are meeting at a time when industry has passed the major challenge which we had in the last 2 years of COVID, and the sector has come back to almost near normalcy. And this is a time when for us to look back and also to see forward, how do we go forward, and also addressing any such issues which can happen in the sector at any point of time. Out of 12 districts with more than 2,000 plus portfolio in a district, 6 are from West Bengal, which means there has been some kind of a concentrations happened in certain part of the state, in certain districts. Probably it's time for us to move into different other geographies, where we have to move into and how do we expand our business. There should not be a jostling happening in the same sphere where already the players are there and it is already reached a kind of a saturation. So if you keep this in mind, I am sure the sector can really grow, and the potential is quite huge. And no matter whatsoever problems come in the way, I am sure we will be in a position to overcome that, come out of it, and ensure that things are going well.
Mr. Chandrasekhar Ghosh has already mentioned that microfinance has now 6 crore borrowers and its multiplier effect in creating employment. Now coming to the role of digital technology, the Center for Research for Financial Inclusion and Microfinance, which is housed in BIRD, did a study of a few MFIs last year on the level of digitization. We did the study with Satya, Muthoot and Fusion. Now these are all large MFIs. And we found that they have made lot of investment in their digital infrastructures. They are almost all the processes are automated. They also have built apps, Satya Connect, Mahila Mitra, and they are using that for repayments. But if you look at the data, only 10 to 15% of the repayments are happening in the digital mode. So that's because for smaller MFIs, it is very difficult to make that much of investment in digital infrastructure. So I feel that instead of reinventing the wheel and making so much of investment in digital infrastructure for repayment purposes, they can always use the partnership network of many of the fintechs who are offering, cash management services. The telecom companies are offering their CSPs where you can use the cash drop facility. Then there's all these options of QR code based loan cards, which both Satya and Muthoot and probably all large MFIs are now using, BBPS, UPI. So these can be, instead of, use the partner network for smaller MFIs for use the digital technology in their operations. So one thing I would request all the microfinance, lenders is try to graduate your entrepreneurs to a more sustainable way of living through greater doses of credit, and that can come only if you offer them more hand-holding and other services. NABARD, SIDBI, we are all there, and I think we can work together and make that happen. With these words, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak.
Honorable Chairperson of this today's session of 7th Eastern Indian Microfinance Summit 2023. India covered around 20% of the total population, but Bangladesh covered almost 50 to 60% of the total nation. Our loan outstanding is around 1 lakh crore plus, but you have 3 lakh crore plus. So 2 times higher than Bangladesh. Relation in between Bangladesh and India, it is the highest form. Why not our level? So that's why I would like to request Mr. Awal Bhai and AMFI West Bengal as well as this national sector, networking sector, if you have a bilateral agreement, if you decided to knowledge transfer, experience sharing, regulatory kinds of things, and then I think if each and every year we set 100 people will be visit Bangladesh, 100 people from Bangladesh will be visiting here to see, know how each other. This way, if you make a one agreement, this will be good thing, I think, in future.
And I'll just like to once again summarize what the previous speakers have said. In a country of 1.4 billion population, where we even today believe more than 40% of the people are target audience for microfinance, and whereas Alokji said hardly 30-35% supply is made available, you can understand the potential, whether it is a company, whether it is employees who work in the sector, and the tremendous opportunity that it gives us for us to serve the potential customers that we can actually look at. So I think the future is very bright.
Insights on the whole industry. And I think the release of the paper has been made at least 50% redundant, because a lot of these things which have been researched by us at PwC have already been covered by great addresses from Dr. Ghosh, Mr. Maiti, Mr. Nambiar, everybody. While the regulatory frameworks are evolving, and you just heard from Mr. Haq also that there is a separate regulator in Bangladesh. In India, it is a common regulator, but that also helps in looking at the entire value chain. So there are pros and cons of both. And you can be rest assured of so many regulatory reforms in the offing. So I will urge you to go through the paper. Please do read it, please do comment, please get back to us with all your thoughts, and please criticize if you feel certain points have not been brought out. So with that, I will move to the exciting part, as we say, is launching the paper in physical form. Hopefully next conference onwards, we will do digital unveiling.
So, good afternoon and thank you AMFI. These are all the bankers not about their balance sheet, not about return on assets, not about how many times book the thing is trading, but what do they drink? Do they drink wine or do they drink whiskey? What kind of? Subbarao doing lungi dance, you have seen that. And one banker, he has a bald pet, kind of bald headed. So he would eat in his executive lunch room, and there will be somebody from the kitchen who will be paid some 24,000 rupees or something. His only job is when he will eating green chili, just put the white towel and wipe his head. So this book talks about who is bigger, the bank or the banker, and the psychology of banker. So all of you, I mean, some of you are in the leadership position already, some of you will be the leaders. If you feel like, pick up the book. I have a vested interest because every book you buy, I get some 8% or 9% thing. So I have a vested interest. Trust you me, there's a stall outside. It's all fun. You will not get bored. And it hit 10th was released. Since 10th, the moment it is released, it's the #1 best-selling book in Amazon. But it's all about fun. It's all about you yourself, the characters you know, but the other side of their characters, it is their story of their bedroom, it's the story of their kitchen that you don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ashit Babu. Thank you, AMFI.
And finally, Shri Saurabh Bajpai, may I please request.
So basically, sir, the discussion topic, we can divide it into 3 parts. How technology is currently leveraged and what are the hindrances in the implementation of digital technology and the future roadmap.
Microfinance industry should be opening up itself to use those technology in order to provide the services to the last miles. So that is what very, very important. The challenges are there definitely. MFIs are very good there to solve these challenges and apply the innovative way to reach out to them. So it is very, very important for MFIs to banks and financial service providers that the digitization is required over here. Thank you.
So we talked about a lot of financial literacy, how to use the funds, the purpose, interest rate and everything. So now this is the time where we are taking again the responsibility to make them digitally literate. And why we are talking about we are always successful, because the commitment what we have and that commitment from top to bottom. I think any MFIs are successful because of the people who are working in the bottom level. And they are taking the responsibility of implementation, whatever policy we do take. Digital, I think nobody can ignore that this is the future.
Awazde is a technology company exclusively working in the microfinance sector, where we have partnered with banks like Axis Bank, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, small finance banks, public sector, private sector banks, microfinance institutions like Satin, etc., many others, IIFL Samastha, and where we are sending out automated vernacular calls in a language which the borrower understands.
His name is not here.
That is the main thing actually. The rural India has been changing a lot, and if you look at Jana Kalyan also, we have started AEPS, BBPS, QR code, a lot of things. But in the West Bengal and eastern part of the country is not that much great that we could provide much, whatever I am telling, that maybe 3 to 4% collection we are getting digitally. But otherwise that cash collection T+0 or T+1 days, that is also bigger benefit. And of course that the scenario and has been changing, especially rural India and women entrepreneurs, they are coming up as the mobile technology and other thing will be growing, and definitely the digital collection and technology will play a big role in this industry.
Coming to the moot point of the MFI, today we are partnering with multiple MFIs doing the cash digitization, doing the cash collections, using our banking points, enabling them to do the cash collections for the MFIs. And as we look forward, I feel this is going to go into more deeper into moving away from just cash to QR based collections. I think over the next 6-8 months, and the way the country has been adopting digital, I think it will just continue to grow further and further.
Developing India is in the hands of microfinance institutions. We are the only institution connecting more than 3 lakh plus villages in the country. It means our reach is there much deeper than anyone else, and any social or government body is unable to reach that particular untapped market where we are reaching.
As regards the digital transaction, what we feel is that this digitization is very good, because digitization is in two parts. What we see is in two parts. One is the in housekeeping or the MIS at the organization level, and other is with the clients. As regards the MIS report, sanctioning process, application filling, these are all very good for the organization, because it saves the times, brings more accuracy, it travels much faster, and decision is transparent.
Thank you, sir, for that insightful session.
Then you see how technology is also changing. I mean, you look at any microfinance entity, be it NBFC or be it a society, everybody will say one thing: just all my disbursement is digitized. My collection, somebody 100% is physical, somebody is 20% physical, somebody is 10% physical, etc., etc.
RBI came up with a monetary policy. The first time the financial inclusion word was given as a program for the bankers to take forward. But prior to that also there were several attempts of financial inclusion. If you ask me, right from the days of Britishers in 1900 and 1908, when the Cooperative Societies Act was promulgated, probably that was the first attempt to bring banking to the people. But subsequently we had nationalization, we had lead bank program, we had regional rural bank schemes, then of course came the SHG bank linkage program, and then the microfinance program. They are all part of a large agenda of bringing banking to the, or the lending to the people. So you are right that now what we are seeing is that there has been a drifting of drifting of the small finance bank and maybe bank like Bandhan away from the microfinance, and they are going more into the collateralized lending. It's quite a natural process. That's what I would say.
Now, the moot question that during such crisis, are we going to show profits, or are we going to provide for whatever losses that can happen? And this provision is not only for the strength of the organization, is for the strength of the clients too. So that is main important.
The kind of financial inclusion that they're really getting out of this extra earning, almost limited. So we came with a small program called Raja Rani card, where 2 cards connected to a single wallet. So the cards will be used as some kind of a pride and physical device, whereas a language speaking genie, an AI device, which literally speaks, it even speaks in Bangla, it speaks 6 languages, and try to train the user, because he's underbanked or she's underbanked. So train them to slowly and steadily get into banking.
Put number 1. Then if you want to English, you can put 2. If you want to listen from Bengali, you can point to 3. This is not the scientific way to whole things should be changed overnight without any human touch. That's why my last appeal should be, whatever you have think to technology, please don't forget to human touch. Don't forget to focus that we are going to extend our services the bottom of the pyramid.
The human touch is important. So how we brought the human touch, initially, very frankly, and that's how through our e-clinic today, our e-clinic we have hired paramedics who are servicing, they are assisting the patient, the doctor are accessible through technology, but end of the day, there is a nurse sitting there day to day monitoring their health, consulting them, and that's what we have built, And there's another interesting point, which is with the partnerships we are able to build with the AMFI, banking, and multiple partnerships, we are also utilizing. So other side of the technology will be how we are smoothly integrating with the partner, right? I don't need a paper. Today, we operate 1500 e-clinics, zero paper. We do not have absolutely no paper for consultation, no person for, we maintain electronic health record. We have already generated about 20 lakhs health record from various customers and their families. And that's again, and here the MFI partner have supported us. We have done the API integration or SSK integration. We're able to transfer the data, smoothly and able to maintain all. Everything is a tablet, but end of the day, touch is required. We still emphasize on that. You need people on the ground. You need the kind of customer we get. We need people on the ground. So that's it. Thank you.
Rajesh, Johnny,